Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we have war number 7 of season 24 and we're up against Raw. I am on my usual path 7 and 5 today and just gonna throw on some smaller boosts, some 6-hour boosts and a big 30% boost. This fight is sped up. It's a blade. It's on this node every single war. I did notice that he was pretty stingy throwing his specials this fight, but in general it's not a big deal. Just make sure you don't push him to an SB2 and you're all good. Now this is by far my worst war of the season. I was tempted not to post this one just because it was so bad, but I did encounter one bug in one of my fights. It didn't cost me the death, but it certainly helped. But I'll get into that a little more later. Side note, after this war, I did rank 3 my warlock, so I do have a little extra attack going into the next war, which is always nice. And I ended up taking this Juggernaut with Spider-Man, throw on my web foam just so that he doesn't go unstoppable. And it is Matador, so I won't be able to throw any specials unless he throws his. But just want to wait out the unstoppable timer. Go in. I'm going to use my slow debuff. Going to bait out his SP2 as much as possible, just so he dumps as much power as possible. Here I'm going to reapply to get the Fury. I'm going to throw my SP2, I believe. Yep. It does trigger Protect twice, so I gotta get in an Intercept. I'm going to do that after this SP2. Go in, back off, go in, get the Intercept off. Here I bait the SP1, go in, hit his block, and he's dead. Now next up I have this thing on node 25. It's the Kinetic Transference and Footloose node. I've taken this fight multiple times and never had a problem, except this war I didn't have a Power Start 1 or an Advanced Power Boost, whatever you want to call it. And to be honest, it shouldn't be an issue. I should be able to get through this fight without it, but it helps. It just speeds up the process of getting the elongated slow debuff from the SP2, makes the fight much more safe. So I did throw on a 10% boost because it's 5-star and I didn't want to trigger Protect too much. I'm going to go in, get my parry off, throw on the slow. I'm going to back off, bait the SP2. Doesn't want to throw it, doesn't want to throw it. At this point I'm like, my buff is gonna, or my debuff is gonna fall off, so I go in and hit him so that he throws his special with 15 rock stacks. Just takes off the stacks. And here again, he just not throwing his special, not throwing his special. Had to deal with the unstoppable, and now I'm in the corner. Just parrying here. Here, for some reason, he gets a parry off on me. Not sure how that happened. And then because he's unstoppable here, he gets to block my SB2. And then I'm in the corner, and I ended up hitting him one too many times. I should have thrown a light, but I threw a medium. And at this point I'm just praying for a Hail Mary and get hit in the corner, and I give up a death. So now I have to revive Spidey, heal him up. I did use 320 units on the level 4 pots that heal you for 9,500. And now I'm going to go back in. And this time the fight goes flawlessly. I did struggle to get the parry off there, but get my slow debuff up. And then I quickly reapply it. Here he plays into it, throws the special. I'm gonna... Oh, I didn't reapply it there. Here I'm gonna hit him into his block so that he throws the special with 15 stacks. Just gonna parry, 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 wait out the unstoppable timer. Now I'm gonna go in, throw my SP2. I do trigger protect, but again, I'm not afraid of intercepting, pretty good at it. Here I'm just trying to bait a special before, you know, the slow debuff falls off again. But yeah, just I struggled so much the first time, and second time was pretty much flawless. Went the way it should have the first time. Then next up I have a Rhino. It's a fight I've taken quite a bit. I feel like I face either Rhino or Thor Ragnarok on this node all the time. But it's just another standard fight with Warlock. Don't want to intercept him to trigger the node, just to get the extra fury, because he's gonna go unstoppable if you try to intercept him. Just a slow and steady slog. I forgot he triggered unstoppable quite a few times at the beginning of this fight. I am gonna get pretty unlucky and get taken down below 50% in this fight, just because he triggers the unstoppable when I'm least expecting it. Pretty sure Rhino was supposed to trigger it more often against smaller champions, but there you can see he's like almost every time he's triggering it, which is kind of weird. But I wasn't really too worried. Just a couple more combos and an SP2 should be enough to finish us off. Now this is the fight where I encountered a bug. I put a bunch of text up on screen just to kind of explain it a bit and go over the math of it. But pretty much with the 30% reduction on the node from the ebb and flow intercept, even if magic crits, it should never do more than 300% of her base damage. And you're gonna see on the first special 2, I'm gonna trigger protect, even though I did 60% of her base attack. And because I trigger protect, it forces me to intercept, which means which means every following SP2 is just going to trigger protect again. And it means that the power steal is going to fall off, and I'm never going to be able to keep his power locked. And frankly, this isn't the reason why I die in this fight. Like, getting off intercepts, getting power lock, whatever, like, I should have been able to, but you're gonna see as soon as the Fury timer expires, I'm gonna parry just before it, and the parry comes off because of the protect comes back on, and he evades me and goes back in, hits me twice, crits, and I die. It's a little stupid. Frankly, I think I never should have triggered protect, even on some of the later specials. There was just that one where I crit for 9k that, yeah, okay, fine. But with the minus 30%, like, I should never be triggering the protect. I don't even know what to say. Like, I was furious when it happened, and I didn't even bother healing up magic once I died. I was just like, whatever, I'll throw in Spidey if I die, or if I, not if I die, if I take a little damage, it doesn't matter, I'll be able to get him down. And you're gonna see I throw my SP2 and it does 6k damage, but it doesn't trigger protect, which just makes no sense. But anyways, that does it for my contribution to this war. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch you all in the next one.